Welcome back to another episode of the Hermit Poetry Series. I'm Neil Aitken, and on this channel I read poetry, mostly work by contemporary poets, occasionally poems of my own, and once in a while poems from the past. Today's poem comes to us from C.G. Hanzlicek from his collection, his selected a new poems, The Cave, published by University of Pittsburgh Press in 2001. The poem I'm going to read is Elegy. Those of you who know me know I'm kind of a sucker for good elegy. And enjoy, I don't know, maybe it's a morbid interest in the many ways in which people write about death, loss, and grief. But I think it is what it is, the nature of our existence, is that there will always be loss, and there will always be departures, and there will always be death. But what marks us as human and as creative creatures is the ability to imagine the possibility of memory, of being able to persist beyond that moment, to learn from it, to hold on to it, to explore it again, to return to it, to relive it, and in some small way connect to those who are no longer with us. And so I'm quite fond of the elegy in that respect, and I'm going to read the poem entitled Elegy, which is in two parts, by C.G. Hanzlicek. Here we go. Elegy 1. We never really thought of it as spring until the swallows, first the scouts, days later the rest of the flock, came to rebuild last year's nests on the side ledge of the bridge. Then all through the summer, mornings and evenings, hundreds of them soared and twittered over the house, flashing midnight blue. There's a new bridge now, but without a ledge to hold a nest. And only a bewildered few, out of some blind force, come to build beneath the bridge. The first release of irrigation water dissolves their mud bottle nests. They circle in a frenzy for a few days, and then are gone for another year. The simplest plan would have saved them, would have kept the season whole, less sad. 2. What is that sadness brought on by mere human stupidity, next to the sadness that spring came to Ernesto as a time for devotion to his dying? In autumn, they mapped his face in blue-inked zones for radiation. At the turn of the year, chemotherapy had him shopping for caps. By Easter, he looked older than his father. On May 11th, he left before dawn. O God, in whom I do not believe, this was a man who lived for the light, who hated nothing and no one, who took to the air as sweetly as a swallow. At the bridge that crosses from here to there, I hope you had some plan for him. I hope he is less bewildered now than we who can only look to the sky and blindly wish for his return. And that was Elegy by C.G. Hanzlicek from The Cave, selected in New Poems, University of Pittsburgh Press, 2001. A little bit of trivia. C.G. Hanzlicek, or Chuck Hanzlicek, was the judge the year that my first book won the Philip Levine Prize. So he selected my manuscript out of a few hundred other manuscripts, and for which I am eternally grateful and honored and humbled that my work was selected and subsequently published, and had the opportunity to launch, well, not necessarily a lucrative, but to allow me to move forward in my writing path and progress as a creative writer. And just a wonderful experience all around. So I did not know much of Hanzlicek's work prior to that prize and learning more about the judge. But I have found that in his work there is a lot of what I love in great narrative and lyric poetry, and just a really deep empathy and love for human beings. And I think that that type of humility and compassion is present here. and connects us all together. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to share this. If you enjoyed this poem and this reading, please do check out the description of the video for more information about C.G. Hanzlicek, as well as where to purchase this book, as well as more information about this series and other projects that I currently have going on. If you would love to support this project, this ongoing Hermit Poetry series, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell icon, or just interacting. If you comment, like these videos, or share them on social media, it all helps keep these videos more available, more visible for others, and hopefully help bring much deserved light and attention to the poets and the poems that I try to showcase on this series. So that's mainly my goal, is just to expand people's awareness of what's out there in terms of contemporary and past poetry, as well as to hopefully inspire us all to go back both to what we own and love already, or to encounter new work that we don't know and expand our reading, and in some small way connect us. Words, stories, poems, just that the magical, marvelous ability of literature to allow us to connect with other human beings, regardless of the separation of time and space and geographies. So in some small way, I hope it's inspiring you. I know it does inspire me, and I look forward to bringing you more, bringing you more poetry as we continue on with this project. And I think that's about it for us this time. I'm Neil Aitken. This is the Hermit Poetry Series. We'll be back again with more poetry, more readings, and hopefully more inspiration. So until next time, keep reading and writing, keep creating work. I will do the same, and we'll be back with another poet and another poem in no time. Well, probably just a couple days. Until then, take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye.